Hello, everybody. My name is Carl Grimes. I'm the ESE Transition Specialist for Okaloosa County School District. In Transition, our department, we help students plan for their post-secondary career and independent life, trying to get them ready. It starts in middle school. It gets a little more involved as they move to high school. We have service agencies that get involved and help us make a plan for these students. Teach them so many things, and we've got one of our main partners here today. We're so proud to have Vocational Rehabilitation here to speak and tell you all about what they do. Like I said, they're our main service provider, and they do so much for our students, not only while they're in high school, but once they graduate as well. So I'd like to make some introductions, and Miss Diane Jackson, the supervisor for Okaloosa and Walton County for Voc Rehabilitation, is here. Hello, Miss Jackson.
Hi.
And we have Cheryl Pedoni. She's a VR consultant. We say VR for Voc Rehabilitation. We'll use that term a lot. But welcome, Cheryl.
Thank you. Good morning.
Thanks for being here. And
Thank you.
we've designed some questions, and the ladies are going to speak freely about what vocational rehabilitation is, and we want parents and everyone to know what they do and what they offer. And just going to talk to you guys like we're having a coffee conversation.
Okay.
First of all, Ms. Jackson, maybe you want to start, and I won't direct it to anybody in particular, but maybe since you're the supervisor, you can tell us what Voc Rehab is, or VR.
Okay. Well, thank you for having us,
Yes,
and
ma'am.
we appreciate the time. Vocational Rehabilitation is a state and federal program, and we offer services to students and adults, and we assist individuals in going to work. And so many students are in high school, as you say, or maybe even in college, and they need some additional supports and some services. And our main goal is to assist in achieving the goal of work. That's our main goal.
Right. And work and independent skills. And so many of our students, all our students, need help in this area, getting them prepared. So
Absolutely. And we have many different services, even rehab engineering, job placement. There are a whole host of services that we can provide that student and family in trying to achieve their goal.
Well, thanks. And we want to get the word out to everyone. And y'all are fantastic, and you help us so much. But we just want everybody to know about vocational rehabilitation. Well, who does Voc Rehab work with, like in the school district? Can you expound on that a little bit?
I guess the way I would explain it is we work with any individuals 14 and up with a disability or special needs who want to go to work. So as a VR counselor consultant, we want to assist them in helping them prepare for, obtain, and maintain employment.
Right.
When we're dealing with our youth, the middle schoolers and the high schoolers, we want to make sure that they already have that mindset of working. So what are their plans after high school? Our main priority, of course, is making sure that they finish high school, because as I tell my students when I talk to them, it's something that you will have that no one can take away from you.
The earlier the better. I think
Most definitely.
Absolutely.
My favorite story is going to Crestview High School, and we were in a classroom, and blanket statement, what do you want to be when you grow up? And one of our 17, 18-year-olds said that she wanted to apply, her parents told her that she had to apply for Social Security income. And I thought that was so mind-boggling. And we see instances where it's a generational thing where they may not see their parents or grandparents or aunts and uncles working, so they don't know that process. And we talk about how one of the teachers just asked the student, how do you get a job? And the student, and this is a high school student, said, well, you just get a job. Not understanding the process of, yes, you have to apply either online or in paper, and you have to go through the process of an interview. So it's all those kind of information that we want to impart with them very young, like you said, middle school as well.
Well, I know, being ESE, we use a lot of acronyms. Exceptional Student Education is what that stands for. And our students with special needs, and that's a variety of students. It ranges from language impaired all down to the more severe disabilities. but they have what they call as an individual education plan, an IEP, and we want Voc Rehab to be more and more a part of these IEPs, the planning, educational plan for our special needs students. So that's one of the reasons we're trying to get the word out, because we want to increase, the knowledge of Voc Rehab. And what we need to do is talk about the process. How can we get parents involved with Voc Rehab, and at probably what point would you get involved with a high school student to be a part of the planning process, for instance, for an IEP? How would that work?
I think that we've had a really great relationship with some of our high schools. Our policy has changed a little bit, that we're wanting to include the 14-year-olds. So yes, the IEP planning, Ms. Sasser at Lewis actually is starting to, as her 8th graders graduate, starting to give us the referrals for these students before they go to high school. That way we're already in that process of getting involved in their high school academics. Just the one-page referral, and most of our high school staff, our ESC specialists and our guidance counselors have copies of them, but it can also be accessed through our website, www.rehabworks.org.
Rehabworks.org. Okay.
It's, like I said, it's just a one-page application. We have asked, when the school is making the referral, to either include the IEP or the 504 plan in there, so we have something to go by.
Oh, great. Okay.
Any letter actually from a parent, from a teacher, from a principal will work to start the process.
Oh, it's not a laborious process
No,
at
and
all.
in all honesty, I think any student can benefit from the services that we can provide for them. It gets them started to think about work and what they want to do for the future.
And there's a release of records, I believe, for the ESC
Yes.
students they have to sign so that you can get involved.
Right.
A matter of legality.
And we've actually, we're in the process where when they're filling out, when they're signing the IEP, that it gives, they're putting in one of the blank spaces that they're giving Voc Rehab the release of information. So it starts the process.
And I kind of jumped around there, but thanks for that information, because that's, we want to get people signed up, and because once they're in, it's going to change their lives, I believe, for our
Absolutely.
students.
And like Cheryl said, we try to start at 14, and that is just a great opportunity. It's kind of a kickoff, as for lack of better words, for their future.
Right.
And so, with the services that they can receive from 14 to when they go to work are phenomenal. And there are so many, and it really prepares that student to be successable.
Yeah, and that's 14 to age 22 for students that might need
Absolutely.
further services
Sure.
in
Yeah.
the school district. A lot of them can defer and work on more job skills, such as technical training and so forth. And in that deferment, they can gain some more skills once they've gotten all their school credits.
Right. What I love about the deferment, if they're doing the OJT training, let's say at Richburg or at Silver Sands, I find that those students are ahead of the game, because they've been exposed to some of the different jobs that the schools are affiliated with. And they come with that beautiful binder of almost like a resume of all their successes. And I think it's just a great way of making sure that in their minds they're thinking about, what do I want to be when I grow up? Or what do I want to do? So.
And we've got some more deferment programs that are in the works that that's for another show, but we're real close to those that we'll be able to provide for our parents and students in the school district. So this is all going to tie in nicely. We need Voc Rehab with us all along the way to help supplement and make that grow.
And we are in the process of trying to find those employers, so we're all in the right path for sure.
And speaking of which, work, you mentioned earlier to me today, talked about work readiness that y'all help with, and what else? Self-advocacy, work-based learning experiences. So all those things are folded into your
Right. Those
assistance.
are for those are the basic services that we provide for our students that are 14 and up. It's called our potentially eligible students, but if it's deemed that they can benefit from more VR services, then we can transition them to traditional VR. And there's so many more services that we can provide. And it's mind-boggling coming to VR about 6 years ago, realizing the amount of money and just the whole realm of services that we provide is amazing.
So you're in the schools, and we're going to even increase presence. We're going to try to come up with new strategies this year.
Yes.
So we're trying to get everybody's attention.
Well, each
parents
school
alike.
has a VR counselor assigned.
Right.
So each high school, Cheryl is she serves the collegiate high school at Northwest Florida State College.
Yes, ma'am.
So every school in our 2-county area will have a VR
That's
counselor
awesome.
assigned to them.
That's awesome. Well, y'all mentioned how you apply for VR services. Well, who can we contact to learn more about VR? If parents are out there, they're intrigued now, where can they go to look for more information? I know myself, I need a visual and
Right.
phone numbers and so forth. Who can they contact?
Well, they can check our website, which was the rehab.org.
RehabWorks.
RehabWorks.
RehabWorks.org.
Works with
Okay.
an S.org.
Right.
And then, of course, our local office is 850-833-9114. And that's our main office in Fort Walton.
Right.
And all they have to do is call that number and let them know they're interested. Or like Cheryl mentioned, the ESE specialist or their teacher or their guidance counselor, or if they see a VR counselor on campus, just come to them and say, I'm interested.
Let them know.
So just, there are a lot of different avenues. We also serve in Crestview. We have an office in Crestview with 2 counselors and a technician. And so they're more than we would refer them there if they're in the Crestview area or North
Baker,
Okaloosa.
Laurel Hill.
Baker, Laurel Hill, Crestview High School, Richburg. We also serve the DJJ there.
And Silver
So
Sands.
Silver Sands. So anyone that's in the North End would be served out of that office. And then we have an office in Walton County. Stephanie Bailey is the counselor, and we also have a tech with her, Crystal Bryan, and they're housed at the Northwest Florida State College in Devoniac. And we also have another counselor that serves the south end of Walton County, and that's Lilia Tripp. So we have, VR counselors assigned, in those areas. And so it's just whatever works for the parents or the students. And then we ask them, where they would like to be served, or if there's a closer place for them. Sometimes we have parents or family members that work in Fort Walton, even though they live in Walton County, but it's easier. So we try to find out exactly, what would be the best for them.
Right. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, everybody I see at Voc Rehab, y'all seem so happy, and it just seems like such a good team. That's why we all like to be around you. What do you like most about your job working for VR? Can I ask you what you each think?
First?
Like you like most?
I love working with students. I do. It's a little frightening trying to switch classes with the rest of the high schoolers because I'm not that tall. But I do. I love talking to them. I love working with the teachers. I love that progress of going through their journey of finishing up high school and whatever it may be after high school. Of course, we have a handful that have gone to college and gotten jobs. So seeing that whole process is amazing. And then we also have ones that are finishing high school and going to direct job placement. So that has been exciting because that young lady who said she wanted to apply for, her mom told her she should apply for Social Security, actually ended up getting a job. She started with a work-based learning experience, and they ended up hiring her. So we were able to close her out successfully because that's what we do. We help people find jobs. And she ended up finding another job at the base, working full-time with full benefits.
Wow.
So that is such a success story, and I love telling that story of just how it made full circle from her saying, which she never did apply for Social Security. And she is a full-time employee now.
It's awesome. Teaching them job skills, how to take care of themselves.
Yes.
It's an
Absolutely.
awesome thing to see and see the fruits of your labor. So, well, I've appreciated y'all coming here. I hope we can do some more videos in the future about maybe specific programs that you do. lesson plans and things like that, because you have some great. There's a lot more that meets the eye here, as far as what getting under there and finding out what the nuts and bolts of what y'all do, and it's fantastic. And thank you for being here today.
Oh, thank
you for having us.
Thank you. We appreciate you.
All right, and thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time.